There's a place I've always wanted to document. And in this video, I'm taking you with. Deep in the mountains of Kyrgyzstan, with a 7-day trail to reach it, lives a man practicing a tradition on the brink of extinction. One of the last eagle hunters of Kyrgyzstan. For hundreds of years, eagle hunters have lived deep in these mountains for survival. And golden eagles are their partners. They use them to hunt foxes and wolves, but also to feed their families through bitter winters. And when I heard of a man still living deep in these mountains, I wanted to know more. So we started to plan a journey that would take 7 days on steep ridges, ice-cold rivers, and forests where the trail often disappears. A track where snowstorms can strike without warning.
Because it's about to get pretty sketchy.
And a single misstep could end everything. Traveling and documenting fascinating locations like these has always been my dream. So in this video, I will also be taking you behind the scenes on everything that goes down making these films. This is our story, trying to reach the last eagle hunter. So in order to reach our final destination, we had to travel for 7 days on horseback. But first, we're going to need some gear.
Alright, so we're now buying some quick thermals, because up there it's going to be 4,000 meters. And the guy just told us that it might be like -10, -5 degrees, so thank you.
Then comes the 7-hour drive to the remote mountains near the border of China.
Every couple of minutes the landscape completely changes, and now it's already -1 degrees actually. But yeah, we're gonna do some shots right now and then we're gonna continue. So we're gonna fly the drone. There's something that me and Julie didn't bring. We forgot our gloves. For those that have seen Gaston in previous videos, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And every time I do a trip with this guy, we get some of the most beautiful shots.
So on this trip, I am joined by Julie, Juan and Gaston, 3 filmmaker friends from South America. I was able to convince them to join, even though I don't think all of us knew of Kyrgyzstan 1 week prior. And I'm not 100% sure if we truly know what we're in for.
Alright, so we got our first military adventure meal. We're gonna eat a bit and then we're gonna get an early night. And then tomorrow we're finally gonna leave. So. Night. So these are the bags that will be on the horse. All I can think of when I'm out here is that I love my life. I love being a travel filmmaker. I love being on trips like this, especially with friends and going to places where no one ever goes to.
We're about to try some natural horse milk. Here, fragmented from this barrel. God knows how long this has been there. The more it ages, the better it hits, right?
Tiene un sabor como ahumado. Un poco de madera tiene.
Alright, so we're now about to cross the river. But this one looks pretty deep, so I'm a bit scared. It's probably not going to be the last one either.
After a long day of riding, we made it just in time to set up camp. And luckily we did so, because we were going to need the rest for what was coming next.
Alright guys, so we just made it to the second spot. We are also higher up. I think we've climbed maybe 300 meters. Now when it comes to the composition of my videos, I always try to add depth in the shots. I do this by separating the layers. So for example, let's say I have some mountains and the subject. I try to make sure that you, as the viewer, can differentiate the mountains with the subject, because then you get an extra layer. If not, it's gonna feel like one layer. So I'm always reminding myself of that, but by now this has mostly become intuition.
Salud, muchachos.
Cheers.
Good morning. So I've just woken up and we're about to have some breakfast. But then afterwards, we're heading that way, following the river. We're gonna go up to 4,000 meters into the valley
To continue our journey and reach the plains where the eagle hunter lives, we now had to make our way into the next valley, reaching the border of China and the Himalayas. But to get there, we first had to climb and go down a mountain of over 4 kilometers in height. These are also the exact mountains where they hunt.
As you can see, the horses are going up alone now because we're at 3,500 meters. 3,500 meters, bro.
Linda la subida.
We have 200 meters or 300 meters more.
And then we're at 4,000 meters. That's why it's so tough, bro.
Yeah, it is. So the payoff for this climb better be amazing. This is very challenging. We're about 4,000 meters above sea level and it's really difficult to breathe. Holy shit.
It's looking incredible. Just waiting for the guys.
Vamos. Vamos. Okay.
This right here is why every now and then I like to just let life happen. Why I sometimes love to let myself surprise. Just a week prior, my friends and I had no idea where to go. And now here we are, looking over one of the most special mountain ranges in the world.
Alright, so we just passed the high pass, which was 4,000 meters, and we're heading down. And what's crazy is that we're actually at the border of the Himalayas. These are actually also the Himalayas, but they're at the end of it. And then on the left there's a huge glacier. But we're gonna go down, see if we can catch up with the guys because they're much further than us because we were filming here. So what happens to us, you know, we plan to go down and then I'm like, okay, we should probably fly the drone here because it's not gonna look like this anymore. We have enough battery, so you guys are gonna have to wait a little bit longer. And again, we've stopped to fly the drone. We're probably gonna get back around blue hour right now because we've been flying and stopping and filming for too long. But hopefully it will be worth it. We're flying the Mavic 3 right now. Julie is flying, and it's getting a bit windy as well. So we're gonna do one last flight and then head down.
Segunda vez que nos dejan varados. I'm a little worried because we're supposed to meet our guide here. It's kind of worrying because we have no water, no food. And in about 1 hour it'll be dark, so GG. Tenemos idea de dónde está el campamento y hay como una tormenta de tierra ahora, en estos momentos. How you feeling? What do you think? My boy has a headache, migraine. We're fucked. Hopefully the story ends well. Oh shit, bro. I'm trying to like laugh for it to be funny, but it's actually serious.
After night, go.
Okay.
In case it's not problem, go.
Okay. So we go now or wait for friends?
I don't know. You, the friends.
¿Qué hacemos? Vamos a tener que encontrar un punto donde los chicos nos vean para que sepan que estamos acá. Donde no aparecen y ya se está por largar la lluvia de nuevo.
Julie, how are you feeling, bro?
So tired.
I think Julie and I definitely underestimated how hard it was going to be and how far it was going to be heading all the way down to the rivers. I think we have like maybe 2 hours to go. Ya llegó Julie. Julie needs water.
Not finish. I speak. Come on, lunch. You not. I am not hungry.
Wow. I need that.
Well, my legs are shaking. So we're finally back on the horse and I think we've almost made it to camp.
This night, we stayed in one of the most beautiful valleys I've ever seen. Surrounded by glaciers and snow-peaked mountains of over 4 kilometers in height. And I still can't believe how remote we are. There's something special about standing somewhere that makes you feel completely isolated from the rest of the world.
How are you feeling after 5 days of sleeping on the floor?
My whole body's like pretty destroyed, actually.
After packing up our campsite, it was time to set off again. Our plan was to visit one of the glaciers along the route and to see if we can actually get close.
Now it's very sunny again, so I'm gonna have to cover up again. If you can see here, I'm actually quite burned. Alright, so we've now gotten to the glacier. I'm pretty excited because no one really goes here and we're gonna fly with the drone, see what it looks like.
I've missed this feeling. I feel freedom here, peace, fulfillment. All while being at work and making films with friends. And it's taken me some time to realize it. But in the end, this is what I always return back to. This is who I am right now. And there is something about filmmaking that does not compare to anything else.
I think we're almost at the camp right now.
You can make a film about anything. If you love doing something, you can make a film about it. And in my case, I love to make films about what I love doing. Going on these adventures and seeking these new experiences.
Qué loco, ¿no? Que hace 7 días no sabíamos dónde ir y ahora estamos acá.
It's actually crazy, no? Also, I actually didn't expect it to be this beautiful out here. And as the sky got darker, we kept talking, but also got to connect a bit deeper with our guide Shirgao and his son Chingus.
Акчайланын içinde gölge barkan ağızda anda.
Aa,
Gölden ötüp kalalı o.
gölgelegin olup. Jakın.
Atlardın takaсын karadın gılı?
Aa,
Erteң menen anda er tap kelip tokuň. Atlar bugün öýde getdi bols kerek. Şaýaktan erte tap kelip, erte toksaň erte çykyp keteli.
As you can see now, things are getting a bit rough. My lips are completely dry, my nose as well. I think it's a combination of the altitude as well as like the wind. And I think we have like 7 hours to go until the next camp spot.
The valleys are wide, the climbs are steep, and the air gets thinner with every step. These trails have been used for centuries. Nomads from many countries moved their animals through these passes, from summer grasslands to winter shelter.
Alright, so we made it to an incredible spot again. Guys are having lunch already. But yeah, it's incredible out here. I've been without internet and signal for 5 or 6 days right now. And you can really tell, once you're out here in the middle of nowhere, you don't think about anything.
And the weather can change fast up here. 1 hour you ride in the sun, the next the wind cuts straight through you. We're pushing towards another pass now. On the other side is the Eagle Hunter. That's where the road is taking us.
This is crazy, man. Right, so it's time to fly this little beast. Should have probably lined up the tent a little bit better. So I think it's time to get some normal drone shots. Anyone watching knows how this works. When you get like a pop-up.
I'm gonna miss being with my brothers. Oh my god.
Today we're heading all the way down. I'm just gonna get some last shots. So usually when we pack up the tent now, I'm just gonna get some shots of the guys and me packing all of the stuff and then putting everything onto the horses. And the way I shoot this is by just using a couple of wide angle shots and then also some tight shots. But I try to focus really on the moments that in real time happen, and I try to not guide the guys too much, but instead catch them in the moment, so we don't have to repeat things and things look real.
And while filming, I always make sure to give 2/3 of the video to the most interesting part of the scene. Whether I'm filming from the same height of the subject, from above, or from below.
Like, just imagine you travel somewhere you don't really know where to go, and you decide to go somewhere where you have no idea what it's gonna look like. But then when you get there, it's absolutely breathtaking. That's what it feels like right now. Right, so we're walking because we're about to go some really narrow ridges where if I or the horse falls or anyone falls, it's over. So
How was that, bro?
There was a moment where I thought that it was possible to die, actually. Not even joking.
Había unas piedras ahí que parecía que, o sea, si hacías un mal movimiento te caías abajo. Estaba complicado, en serio.
After another long day, we finally made it over the pass. The climb was tough, but the views on the other side opened wide, a clear sign that we're getting closer to the Eagle Hunter. The trail drops into the valley now, but we have one more challenge ahead. A wide, fast river we still needed to cross. But then, in what felt like forever and a glimpse at the same time, we had finally reached the plains.
Бүркүттү мен ошо 12 жашыман бери таптайм. 12 жашыман бери кызыгып аңчылык кылам да бүркүттөр менен. Жок ата жет атаман дагы биринчи бүркүтчүмүн мен. Бул кыргыздын салты болгондуктан ушул ишти жакшы көрүп бүркүт салам да. Эми бүркүт бул балаңдай эле болот. Балаңга кандай мамиле кылсаң, бүркүткө эле ошондой мамиле кыласың деп ойлойм да мен. Жаныбар эмес, бул деген андан да көбүрөөк турат. Балаңдай эле болот. Балаңа кандай мамиле жасасаң, бүркүткө эле ошондой мамиле жасаш керек да, сүйүп, буларды урушпай. Кандай канчалык сүйүп, жакшы мамиле кылган сайын бүркүт дагы эсине ошончолук баш ийип берет да.
There are moments when the world feels quieter than usual. And every detail, every sound, every shadow seems to speak. I move through these spaces not just to see them, but to understand them. To feel the pulse of the earth beneath my feet. Sometimes the road is empty, sometimes it's chaotic, but in both there is a lesson. Every step teaches patience, and every wrong turn teaches curiosity. They change the way I breathe, the way I see the sky, the way I measure time. Every encounter leaves a mark, even if it's just for a fleeting second. A smile, a story, a glance. They remind me that connection is everywhere, even in the most unexpected corners of the world. I carry memories, lessons, a growing sense of who I am when I'm far from home. It's the only way I know how to peel back the layers, to leave behind the noise, to keep exploring the infinite. Both around me and inside me.